Hello, we are the RoboQuakers from Moorestown, New Jersey. My name is Alan, and several of us are scouts. And we have a big problem. Younger scouts do not know how to use or make knots properly. So we came up with a solution. Make a video on teaching knots. So in this video we're going to teach you a few things. Number 1, we're going to teach you how to flay a rope. Number 2, we are going to teach you how to make several different types of knots. And number 3, we are going to teach you how to teach younger scouts how to make knots.
I'm going to teach you how to fuse a knot. We have a problem. This knot is frayed. So step 1 is to cut it. Like that. Next, you have, so to fuse you need any type of fire. You can use a lighter, a match, or in this case, a candle. So I'm putting the candle to make the candle stay, because you don't want the candle tipping over, and then that's how you start a fire. So you want to make it stay in a place. So to do that, because candles have wax, and wax stick things together. So first, you want to have the match on a candle on a wooden block. You get a match. Then, you set the match on fire. You light the candle on fire. Blow out the match. And wait for 10 to 15 minutes until the liquid wax accumulates. So now that is a couple seconds later, and you have a nice fire, which means you have nice wax. So to take care of that, because there's a fire, first you have to get rid of all loose articles of clothing, tuck it in, and always make sure you have a fire extinguisher or water of any kind. So now that I have some wax, I blow out the candle, then tip the wax over to have some liquid wax there to place it. Then put the candle onto the liquid wax, hold it there for a couple of seconds, and wait for it to stick. Now, because you have the candle stuck, now you want to relight it. And now you want to put the frayed rope over the fire so that it melts. Some types of rope you don't want to do this with, because instead of melting, it will burn. So be sure to check. So hold it over or in the fire until it melts. Wait until it has some kind of waxy texture to it, but you don't want to over melt it, or else it will grow into a black group of nothingness, and you don't like that. When you are done and you think you have a nice fused rope, blow the candle out.
Don't touch it.
Make sure you don't touch it because it's hot. And now you have a finished rope. Hello, now I will be teaching how to make an overhead knot. This is the basis of all knots. So to learn it, it is very simple. First, you take the left rope, then you put it over the right rope, and then you go underneath the right, use the left rope to go underneath the right rope, then you pull until you have a knot.
Alright. And now, we're going to be teaching you how to do the fisherman's knot. It's called the fisherman's knot because fishermen use this string which is slippery, and when they want to lengthen their string to make it longer, it would come untied if they just use a normal knot, because it's slippery. So they made a new knot which helps them do that. So you have two ropes that you want to tie together, and first you take one of the ropes and go over the other one, through around it again, and back through the hole, and tighten that, and then you do that on the other side as well. Then you take the two ropes and you pull them together so they do not come apart. And now we're going to teach you how to do a taut line hitch, which again is used for tying to a post or pole or tree or whatever you want to tie it around. Except it doesn't slip back and forth, and it only stops at the pole, unlike any of the other ones we have seen so far. So, first, take one end of the rope and wrap it around the post. This should be enough rope. And then, like the two half hitches, you go over the other rope, and through the hole, and through the hole again. And then you take this and go under the rope, and go through the hole that you just created, and pull it tight. It should now slip forward, but it should not slip backwards if it is done correctly. Alright, so now I'm going to be teaching you how to do the two half hitches. Two half hitches is used to tie a rope to a pole or post or tree, whatever you want to tie it to, and have it be able to slip back and forth and not go undone. So, first thing you need to do is you take a piece of rope and wrap it around the hole. Make sure you have enough rope, and then you cross it over the other rope and put it through the loop one time. Then you cross it under the standing end and through the loop, small loop that you've just created. Then you tighten that, and you should be able to tighten it and loosen it without any problems if done correctly. Alright, so now we're going to be teaching you how to do the clove hitch. Clove hitch is used for tying a rope to a series of poles or posts or trees or whatever you want to tie it to, and have it running off into a completely different direction instead of stopping at the post, unlike the other ones we've discussed about. So, first thing you do, you take the rope and wrap it around, so you go up, then down, then you go down again, and make sure you have a little space here, so which you push the rope through. That is a clove hitch. Alright, so now we're learning how to do the timber hitch. Timber hitch is used for, it sounds like timber, for like dragging big logs by a rope or other heavy objects by a rope. So, first thing you do is take the rope and wrap it around the post or log or tree or whatever you want to tie it. Then you go over 1, 2, 3, or more. Then you just tie it and have it tight, and you should be able to pull it without it coming apart very easily. Alright, so now I'm going to be teaching you how to tie the bowline. This is used for lifting people out of caves and yada yada yada, stuff like that. On the contrary to what many of you may believe, it is not used for hanging people. That's a different knot. So, first, on the rope, you make a small hole, and take the end of the rope, put it through the small hole, and put it around this rope, and back through the hole. And you pull it tight, and it should be a bowline. It should not move.
Hi, I'm a scout named Xavier and I want to learn how to tie knots.
I'm a scout named Brian and I'm going to teach you how to tie a square knot. We're going to use the edge method. E stands for explaining the steps, D stands for demonstrating the steps, G stands for guiding. I'm going to guide you through the steps, and then E stands for enabling you. So you get to do it by yourself afterwards. So first, you grab the left rope and then the right. Put the left over the right one, tie it. Then put the right one over the left and tie it again. That's a square knot. So, do you want it? Grab both. Put the left over the right, tie it. Then put the right over the left. Right over the left and tie again. And pull. Square knot. So this time I'm not going to help you, and you have to try to do it by yourself. You accidentally put the right one over the left. You have to put the left over the right first.